Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's just admit it, the pressure is on to integrate AI into, well, everything we do. But today we're going to cut through all that noise and build a practical, human-centered framework for adopting AI that, actually works. So if you're in any kind of leadership role, does this sound familiar? You've got this intense, top-down pressure to just use AI, but the actual path forward feels, well, fuzzy at best. It leaves a lot of teams wondering, where to even start? And this is the big mistake, right? So many organizations are treating AI like it's just a technology problem they need to solve. But it's not. It's a human system that you have to design, and you have to do it with real intention and care. All right, so let's start with the absolute core philosophy here. Look, successful AI adoption isn't about replacing people. It's about getting really clear on the roles. AI, it's brilliant at spotting patterns, operating at a massive scale, and doing things with incredible speed. But relationships, judgment, empathy, that's our turf. That's where we shine. Okay, Section 1, the new operating system. To really get this right, we've got to reframe how we even think about AI. It's not just another tool like a hammer or spreadsheet. No, it's a whole new operating system for your entire organization. So think about something simple, like a bicycle. It's a predictable system, right? You pedal, the wheels move forward. Always. AI isn't like that. It's what we call a complex system. It's much more like a living ecosystem. It learns, it adapts, it influences its environment, and its environment influences it back. This means it can do things that are surprising, things you didn't explicitly program it to do. And that leads us to this quote from Jessica Kerr, which is just brilliant. It's the key mental shift we have to make. We can't just analyze and control a complex system like it's a machine. Instead, we have to get good at sense-making. That means observing how it behaves, trying to interpret what's happening, and then learning how to gently influence it in the direction we want it to go. So, okay, if we can't just analyze and control it like a simple machine, where on earth do we start? Well, you start by designing the human system that AI is going to serve. You put the people first. This is where this idea of a desired state comes in, and honestly, it flips the whole script. Instead of asking our people to bend and adapt to the technology, we start by defining what good even looks like in human terms. What does a sustainable, supportive, productive work experience actually feel like for us? And a huge part of this is figuring out what we absolutely have to protect. What are the non-negotiables? These are the human boundaries the system has to respect. Maybe it's no work after 8 p.m., or weekends are for recharging, not catching up. Or maybe it's as simple as protecting family dinner time. These aren't obstacles. They are core requirements for the system. This is so important. The system adapts to you. We're not trying to build these brittle systems that demand perfection from us and then just break the second life gets messy. No, we're building systems that expect us to be human, that respect our humanity, and that adapt to our needs and our energy. All right, Section 3, the 3-phase AI playbook. So we've got our human-centered blueprint. Now what? How do we actually bring in the technology? Well, we do it with a really practical 3-phase playbook that's all about building capability and trust over time. Okay, phase 1 is all about assisted operations. Think of AI as a really smart intern or a junior assistant. It's here to help. It handles the repetitive stuff, drafting emails, summarizing long conversations, which is amazing for reducing burnout. But, and this is key, every single decision, every judgment call stays firmly in human hands. Then we move into phase 2, intelligent operations. This is where AI's role gets a major upgrade. It goes from just helping individuals to providing intelligence for the whole organization. Suddenly, it's helping us spot trends we couldn't see before, flagging risks before they blow up. This allows our teams to shift from constantly putting out fires to being proactive, forward-thinking strategists. And that brings us to phase 3, AI native operations. This is the holy grail, right? This is where you create a true living learning system where technology and people are perfectly in sync. AI is handling prediction and personalization at a scale we could never dream of manually, and that frees up our best people to do the highest value work there is, building deep, lasting, trust-based relationships. Okay, Section 4, scaling with trust. Now, obviously, as AI gets more powerful and its role grows through these phases, the risks get bigger too. This means that scaling safely requires us to build really clear, non-negotiable guardrails right from day one. So these universal principles,
They're not suggestions. They are the absolute foundation. First, if an AI makes a recommendation, it has to be explainable, no black boxes. Second, anything high impact needs a human to sign off on it, period. Third, you protect sensitive data like it's gold. Fourth, your customers should never feel tricked or deceived. And finally, accountability always stays with leadership. Trust is what lets you innovate, and these rules protect that trust. And check out this quote from the Reserve Bank of India. It just says it all, doesn't it? You cannot outsource responsibility. It doesn't matter what tool or what algorithm was used, the organization is accountable for the outcome.
It all comes down to this one simple rule. You can put this on a sticky note for your whole team. AI assists. People remain responsible. That's the mantra. Okay, section 5, the amplified organization. So after all this, designing the human system, rolling it out in phases, building in trust, what's the big payoff? What does this new AI-ready organization actually look and feel like? And here's the payoff in a nutshell. The goal isn't automation, it's amplification. AI takes over the boring, the repetitive, the analytical. Summarizing calls, drafting follow-ups, flagging risks, all that stuff. This frees up your team's time and, just as importantly, their brain power to focus exclusively on the high-value, uniquely human work, deepening relationships, driving outcomes, and telling a great story. And this isn't just theory. The results are real, and they are huge. Check this out. A recent Salesforce study found that employees using AI report a 64% jump in productivity. But it's not just about getting more stuff done. They also report being 81% more satisfied with their jobs. That's incredible. Which brings us to our final thought. The real question we should be asking isn't just, can we use AI? Of course we can. The much more important question is this: can we scale understanding without losing our humanity? That's both the challenge and the massive opportunity in front of all of us, using this tech not just to be more efficient, but to actually become a more intelligent and ultimately a more human organization.